Hello and welcome to our first ever YouTube video, and what a way to kick off our channel with this story. We're pleased to welcome back the first car that this business ever worked on when it established 17 years ago, and it is this Volkswagen Beetle that I am sat in right now. This Beetle has been sat for 10 years, and it's probably aged more in the past 10 years than it has done over its whole lifetime. But we're about to get it back on the road, looking a lot more presentable in preparation for a very special occasion, its owner's wedding. This video is a great demonstration on getting your old cherished vehicles that have been sat unused back on the road and looking great again. We hope you enjoy it. We're going to get the ball rolling now with the Beetle, and the first thing we're going to do is give it a wash. Got to be really careful with the paintwork because the paintwork is not in the best of condition. There's a lot of hardened, stuck on dirt and grime that we need to remove, so we've got a number of products to help us do that. But yeah, let's crack on. We begin with pre-wash, which is sprayed onto the vehicle to loosen the hardened dirt. Once that's washed off, we then use snow foam, which is a secondary form of loosening the dirt and the heavy soiling. I use a detailing brush to reach into all the tight areas before rinsing it off. At this point we have removed and loosened the hardened dirt, which makes the first contact wash with the shampoo a lot easier and less aggressive on the paintwork. And as you can see, it's come out pretty well. What we're going to do now is get the machine polisher on it, try and bring back that yellow paintwork as best we can, and also them chrome bumpers. As you can see, the shine comes back panel by panel as I make my way across the car. We're using a finishing polish and a dual action machine polisher to restore the paintwork as best we possibly can. For the tighter areas that the polisher cannot reach, I'm doing it by hand with a microfiber. I'm covering every painted body panel, including every chrome part such as the bumpers, the wing mirrors, headlock trims, handles and so on. Right now I'm just polishing up these hubcaps, so if you want a little tip, get yourself some Autosol. It's a highly abrasive metal polish, and you can get your hubcaps looking like this. This is what they look like before, that's what they look like now. Already the Beetle is looking a lot more presentable. I think we have agreed with the customer that we're going to refurbish the wheels. We have a number of parts here on the floor, which Stu is going to take us through.
Basically going to be a mechanical recommission with some of the upgrade parts that we're going to install, the 2-inch beam, disc brake conversion with the drop spindle. It's going to be, you know, some basics, real good service, go through the engine, make sure it's running in the right way. It's been sat for some time, but for as much as we know, it is going to be a reliable unit for the customer. So we'll service that up, get it ready for the big day. And then the latter part of the recommission is going to be the electrical system. So once we've got it running, we can then test all the electrical items on the car, but we know that the starter motor is faulty, and we also can see it needs some new headlights because they are somewhat frosted. So going to a set of genuine Hella units with some upgraded bulbs in there, and then that will give the customer some light.
So what's the first thing you're going to do? Out of everything we've got here, what are you going to do first?
I'll do the biggest job first, so the biggest job will be the beam and disc brake conversion. So that's going to be the biggest thing to sort of tackle straight away, get that knocked out the part, and then the servicing side of things will be pretty straightforward, I hope.
We need to clean that engine bay.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's still looking like a barn find at the minute.
Yeah, the engine is somewhat riddled with cobwebs and things that are living in there at the minute, so a damn good clean, and you know, secure the tarboard back to where it should be. But there's a few things that we can see already that might be an issue. It's got a twin hotspot. It's a 1300, but it's running at what's known as a twin hotspot inlet manifold, and one of the tubes looks to have blown, which is again common on the 1300s. What is that? We've got a load of carbon on it. Maybe I might have been seeing things, maybe it was a spider. But yeah, we'll just basically service up new fuel lines, ethanol resistant, get it up to, you know, back up to spec and get it usable for the customer.
And for the timeline, it's the 8th of August.
It says the 8th of August.
And the wedding's on the 24th.
The 20-something, yeah. So yeah, it's a tight schedule, but I think it's, you know, there's a lot there, but there's also, yeah, it's manageable within the time frame. But it gets it up to back up to a usable spec for the special day and thereafter, really, so they can use it again, and we can continue adding things and tweaking things and making improvements. But for now, you know, this will get it to a usable standard for them to use on the day. There's a lot of spider in there. It's like there's a whole world of spiders on the underside or in the engine bay.
We began with getting the Beetle's engine running again. Before working on the engine, we used compressed air to blow out all of the leaves and the cobwebs that are scattered all over the engine bay. First we drained the old oil, and whilst that was draining we carried out the rest of the service, which involved installing a new air filter, ignition points condenser, rotor arm, distributor cap, and before we put the fresh oil in we gave the sump drain plate a thorough clean. We also installed new rocker covers with new gaskets after checking up on the valve clearance. Given that this Beetle has stood for 10 years, we have installed new 100% ethanol resistant fuel lines. At this point we're about ready to fire up the Beetle for the first time, but before we do, we build up oil pressure in the engine by cranking the engine before installing the new spark plugs. We also adjusted the engine's timing to ensure this engine is working as efficiently as possible. Now Stu is removing the front beam in preparation for the next phase of this project.
Morning everyone, it's a nice sunny morning in Shardlow on Saturday. Just popped in to do some bits on the project. As you can see, it's a little bit done already. Popped the beam on last night, so today is going to be a bit of a full-on day. Going to do ball joints, and then we're looking at in here. We're looking at the master cylinder, renewing that. It's been sat 10 years, so anything safety to do with hydraulics we're going to replace. So master cylinder, low pressure hose, probably this line on this side, so it's got a bit of corrosion on that one, and the other side as well. The front to rear line looks absolutely fantastic, and what everybody likes to see, nice shiny parts. Apologies if my camera work is a bit shocking, but I thought I could flip it round, but I don't seem to be able to. So there you go, new parts. Managed to get a few bits done. So under here, as we spoke about before, master cylinder replaced, low pressure hoses replaced, a couple of solid lines done there, and then ball joints have been pressed into the arms. Got drop spindles on, disc brake conversion, so now it's going to be stopping that a little bit better. Track rods are on, just leaves me a few bits to order on Monday, and then we can crack on and it'll be very, very close to being done. Rear brakes, just looking at them, as we said before, hydraulics going to change out because it's been sat for so long. Don't want any issues going on, new springs, etc, and issues, etc. So that's the old side, and then here's the refresh side. So new cylinder, springs and fittings. So just need to tuck the spiral adjusters out, clean, re-greased. We'll set them up once the drum's back on. And that's it for the brake refurb. Just bleed it up and ready to go.
Right now it is the 21st of August, and realistically this car needs to go out tomorrow in preparation for the wedding on the 24th. We've got a number of parts here on the floor. This is pretty much what is left to do. So Stu has already done the front beam, he's fitted the calipers, fitted the new rear brake drums, he's got some brake lines here to install, and then needs to put all the brake fluid in. And as you can see, we've got the wheels back from powder coating, so they are looking nice and fresh. We are fitting brand new tyres on them. We've got a smaller front tyre size to accommodate for the lowering on the front of the car, so we have no issues with the front wheels hitting the arches. We've got brand new shocks with top mounts. We've got these nice and shiny, I say shiny, they've got Stu's greasy finger marks all over them at the minute, but we've got them taper tips to replace the rusty ones. We've got some headlight bulbs for the brand new Hella headlight units, because as you can see, these are very frosted up. Got some electrical gremlins to sort out, but that is about it. We've also fitted a new rear bumper strip because the original was cut out to accommodate for a tow hook. But yeah, Stu's going to do a late shift tonight to get this ready for tomorrow. Before and after. See if your tips are ever looking like this, you can get yourself a pair of these from Heritage Parts for 50 quid. And it's simple, get yourself a little 10mm socket. We've got new clamps here and new gaskets as the originals. I've obviously seen better days. You can do this on your driveway at home and it makes a big difference. Look at that.
Shining.
Time to get them brakes bled. Due to some fueling issues we were experiencing and due to the limited time frame we had left, we swapped out the old car with the brand new replacement and now it's ready for its first test drive. And that's it, done. We've brought the Beetle shine back, it's in a healthy mechanical status and it's literally just come back from having some decals installed in preparation for the big day, which is tomorrow. And fingers crossed, hopefully we'll get some pictures of this Beetle at the wedding, and if we do, I'll put them in the video now. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.